So here we are today, the last day of 2025. Wow. And I got to tell you, I read something today that I wish I had taken into account far sooner than today, December 31st, 2025. But it was very, very encouraging to me. Simplistic, nothing new, but encouraging just the same because of the way God has of meeting us right where we are and giving us what we need in the moment we need it. And that is for me today, it was from Titus 3, 5, and 6. And it simply says that he gives us the washing of regeneration. He gives us an opportunity to be done over. And as we think of so many things that are related to that have nothing to do with eternal things, at this time of year especially, it is just very, very sobering for me. Let me take a moment and read to you. I'm going to do this very, very sloppily here because I want you to see exactly and hear exactly what it is that this passage says. It's again from Titus 3, 5 and 6, and it says, he saved us through the washing of regeneration and renewing of the Holy Spirit, whom he poured out on us abundantly. And isn't that just like God? I'm always talking about how it's so very important for us to believe big and all of that. And in so many ways this year, I really struggled in that very area, in continuing to hold on when things just seemed as awry as they could possibly get. And I want to say that very carefully because I know certainly they were not. They could have easily gone even more sideways and even more unusually and been even more overwhelming than they actually were. But that was how I felt in the moment all along the way. And I look back on those days now and I say, boy, how I wish my default had been the remembrance in my heart and in my mind and in my everyday life, what I just read to you from Titus 3, 5 and 6. He saved us. And he saved us for a purpose. And this comes from a devotional calendar, actually. And the rest of it talks about how God is looking for imperfect people. He's not looking for you to be something that you could not possibly be, or for me to be something I could not possibly be on this side of glory, but for imperfect people who are willing to give themselves over to him and the leading of his Holy Spirit every single day as we walk the journey that he has before us. And that is simply what he has called upon me to do for this entire 2025. And what I'm wanting to share with you is that I did not pass the test every single time. There were some times where God had some big victories and I could see the big victory and hear the big victory coming right out of my mouth and knew, just as I'm sure you've experienced as well, that it was certainly not from me, that it was a thing that God was doing through me. And I'm so happy that he chose me to do those things. But there were so many times where I walked away saying, wow, I wish my default were different. I wish it was just a little bit more automatic to just fall right in line with whatever it is that God is doing for me. So that's my encouragement to you. We're not perfect, but we are on a journey that will lead to good things in a good place. So I pray that for you, if you've had a tough 2025, or you had a tough 2024 and 2025, as I have, I pray that God gathers together from the north, east, south, and west, wherever it is he has to pull it from in your life, everything that he has taught you through your journey thus far, and cause you to sit and pause and just pray about it. Lord, help me to see what you're doing. Help me to remember Titus 3, 3 to 5. Help me to remember what you have said and the why behind it, and help me to honor you in every single part of my life. That's what I want to share for you. Happy early new year. We'll talk again soon.